We welcome you back here to Castle Coliseum in Blacksburg, Virginia. It's women's basketball on 3304 Sports as the Virginia Tech Hokies get set to host the Liberty Flames. Tech coming into this matchup with a 2-0 record on the young season. Liberty coming in with a 1-2 record overall. I am Shelton. Please be joined by my color guy, Andy Loce. And Andy, we talked about this in the stand-up, but this Liberty team, over the course of the last 20 years, one of the better rebounding teams in the country. Now, Tech, they do have the matchup advantage, though, in that department with other size. They have 7 players on the roster at 6 feet or taller, but it's going to be a tough job against this very well-coached Liberty team to try to fight for those loose balls.
Yeah, everyone sleeps on the rebounds and how crucial it is actually in the game. Rebounds provide teams other opportunities to get the points going. If Liberty ranks 61st in the nation with a plus 10 rebounding margin, that's a huge impact to get those second and third chance points. It can also be great to make some defensive stops. So the question is now, how is the coach going to do against the talent? Because you mentioned how Virginia Tech, they got that size, they got that talent. How are they going to be able to really withstand this Liberty pressure on the boards?
And these are two teams that are very well acquainted with one another. All-time series in favor of the Hokies, 15-1. But last time Liberty came into Castle Coliseum, it did not go as planned for Virginia Tech. And these two teams, they're trying to extend this series, but I think Tech knows that they can't take these guys too lightly.
No, they can't. Remember, this Virginia Tech team has some aspirations of getting to the NCAA tournament. They've been to 4 straight WNIT appearances. They're looking for that breakthrough season. You can't be dropping games to teams like Liberty during the non-conference portion of the schedule. Don't get me wrong here, Liberty's going to be a good team. They're going to put quite a test at Virginia Tech today, but Virginia Tech comes into this as the heavy favorites. And you mentioned about the 2008 matchup. Of course, different teams have come through. It's been 11 years now since that last time, and that was the result of poor shooting. So back to the defense of Liberty, if they're able to contain Virginia Tech from finding those opportunities to score, then that one's going to get them back in the game. But this Virginia Tech offense is providing a lot of point-scoring opportunities. We saw 105 against St. Francis in this building last time. Don't know if the Hokies are going to reach that number again, but if they can continue their the hot shooting start, this one could be definitely going the way of the Hokies early on.
Starting lineups coming your way in just a moment as we get set for this matchup between the Liberty Flames and the Virginia Tech Hokies right here on 3304 Sports. We'll get you back to Castle Coliseum in just a short moment. Welcome you back here to Castle Coliseum as we are just about to get set with the Flames and the Hokies underway in Game 3 of the season for Virginia Tech from Castle Coliseum. Starting lineups first for Liberty, they will go with Rhea Gully at guard wearing number 2, a 5'9" redshirt junior from San Antonio, Texas, leading the team in minutes per game at 29.6. A season ago, averaged 3 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds per contest. Ashton Baker gets the start at the other guard spot, a 5'6" junior from Nesbitt, Mississippi, averaging 10 points and 3 rebounds per game. A season ago, had a steal in the first 15 games of the season. She is a pickpocket to be sure. Emily Lytle gets to start at the forward spot wearing number 23. She is a 5'11" redshirt junior guard and forward from Memphis, Tennessee, averaging just south of 11 points and 5 rebounds per game. But she has gotten off to a cold shooting start from 3, shooting just 3 of 20 from behind the arc to start the young season. Kean Green, wearing number 21, is the starter at the other forward spot for the Flames, a 6'1" redshirt junior from Philadelphia, averaging 10 points and just south of 8 rebounds per contest. She missed the season all of last year with an ankle injury, but she is back and getting set to lead the Flames to what they are hoping to be another great season. She was the 2017-18 Big South Player of the Year. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Flames, Bridget Rettstadt, a 6'2" junior from Galena, Ohio, averaging 12 points and 8 rebounds per contest, shooting 46% from the floor, a second-team All-ASUN selection from a year ago. Flames are led by head coach Kerry Green in his 21st season. He has amassed 457 wins with Liberty in that time span, the 20th among active NCAA women's head basketball coaches in win percentage. And for the Hokies, led by head coach Kenny Brooks, they will go with Taja Cole at the point guard spot, a 5'8" graduate student from Richmond, Virginia, and a transfer from Georgia and Louisville, averaging 9 points and 4.5 rebounds per contest. Her 16 assists leads the team. Dara Mabry is the starter at the other guard spot, 2018-19 All-ACC freshman team selection, a 5'7" sophomore guard out of Belmar, New Jersey. Set a school record a season ago with 80 three-pointers made. Asia Shepard is the starter at the third guard spot, wearing number 2, a 5'9" junior from Alexandria, Virginia. She is averaging 19 points per contest, shooting 48% from the floor and 54% from behind the arc. Trinity Baptiste gets a start at forward, a 6' junior from Tampa, Florida. She is averaging 5 points per game this season on just 6 shots, one of 3 returners for Virginia Tech with any minutes played from a season ago. And rounding out the lineup for head coach Kenny Brooks, Elizabeth Kitley, the 5-star freshman recruit, 6'5" from Summerfield, North Carolina, averaging 17.5 points per contest, 6.5 rebounds per game, and shooting 73% from the floor. Those are the 5 for both teams as Inter Sandman plays throughout Castle Coliseum. The cheerleaders and Heidi-Tidies jumping up and down along with some of the fans here in attendance. And we are about set to go. Liberty and Virginia Tech scoring off. This should be a pretty good matchup tonight.
It should be. We're going to see some great women's basketball here tonight. Shelton, 4 quarters of action. And it's going to be a hard-fought battle in the paint for sure. They got the rebounding critique at Liberty. That's going to make them one of the best in the nation that Virginia Tech's going to see here in non-conference play.
It will be Bridget Rettstadt and Elizabeth Kitley doing the honors to jump off. Ref places the ball between the two, lifts it up, and the ball is tipped and won by Virginia Tech. They will start off with possession wearing those all-white uniforms with maroon numbers and numerals. This is Tasha Cole with it. Handoff Mabry, a 3-pointer in and out from the left wing, but the rebound is tipped and corralled by Liberty. It's Rhea Gully with it for the first possession for Liberty. Gully stops, kick out. Now feed down low. The layup is up and in for Kean Green. Right under the basket. Give the assist to Bridget Rettstadt.
Good look inside. Was looking for the backdoor cut. She found it inside the paint. Great dish inside and finishing with the off the glass.
Now Darren Mabry with the ball for the Hokies on the other end, working towards the Heidi-Tidies section. Asia Shepard gives up feed in for Rettstadt, who tries to bully her way up, but cannot get the shot to fall. Good defense there from Kean Green. Rhea Gully with the ball for the Flames, dribbling with her right hand, now attacking the basket, kicks it out, pump fake, and we have a whistle and a travel. That's a turnover for Liberty, and Emily Lytle took steps.
That was a matchup we were looking for to see how Kitley was able to do in the inside game against Liberty. First opportunity they get. Liberty does a great job, keep their hands up on defense, and it forced Kitley to take a rather unusual shot for her.
A minute gone by here in the first quarter. Liberty with a 2-0 lead over homestanding Virginia Tech. Asia Shepard drives baseline, kicks out for Mabry. Nice spin move, and she attacks the basket. She is going to get called for the charge, and it looks like that was Green who drew the contact, and another turnover for the Hokies. A bit of a rocky start here for Virginia Tech.
Yeah, 2 turnovers so far on the game, and when you look at it, they haven't been able to find that clear opportunity yet for a shot. Mabry just trying to be aggressive, trying to crash the paint right there. But great job by Green to hold her ground.
First foul for either side now, 8 minutes, 40 seconds left in quarter number 1. A dribble handoff for Ashton Baker, who has it at the top of the circle, being guarded by Shepard. And another 3 is up and in. This time it's Emily Lytle who reigns in a triple from the right wing. Now Hokies with the other way, trailing 5-0. Here's a pull-up 3. It is good for Asia Shepard. Decides to take things into her own hands, and she gets the Hokies on the board for the first time tonight. 5-3 your score, now just south of 2 minutes gone by here in the first. Ashton Baker with it, being shadowed by Taja Cole. Now off for Lytle. Lytle, nice crossover move. The runner in the lane, too short. Rebound by Green, and she can't get it to fall. Now Mabry has it, going to push the pace the other way. Darren Mabry, handoff for Shepard, attacking the basket. She goes up, and she is hacked. She will head to the line for 2 free throws.
Good to see the Hokies building their offense around Asia Shepard. She's known here at Virginia Tech for making her threes. She's right now ranked 8th all-time here at Virginia Tech. She was able to knock one down in the last possession. Now she has a trip to the line to get 2 more here for the Hokies.
Shepard, the first free throw is good. She is now 4-4 on the young season at the charity stripe. 5-4 is the score. Second free throw from Shepard, make it 5-5 as she seeks home the second. Looks like the scoreboard is in error. They say it's 8-1, but indeed the score is 5-5. As we are all knotted up here in Castle Coliseum, Shelton Moss joined alongside my color commentator Andy Loce. Glad you joined with us on 3304 Sports. Here's a feed inside, and the layup is good by Rhea Gully. Flames take the lead right back, 7-5.
And they're finding that finding inside the paint right there. They're able to dish those passes very quick.
Shepard feeds off for Kitley. Kitley, nice move, goes up strong, can't get it to fall. She lost the ball, and it is not saved by the Flames. Good effort from Lytle, but she reached over and she had her foot on the baseline before she could get that pass back in under her own basket. But what we're seeing so far from the Flames, they're really making it difficult when Tech is driving to the bucket.
That's for sure. Gitley's trying to go up strong on the first one. She's got to do some articulation with the basketball, though, Shelton. She's got to do a pump fake, get something going to get the Liberty.
Here's a wide-open three from the right wing. That is no good. Too short for Asia Shepard, but there's Kitley with the offensive rebound and the putback. Elizabeth Kitley, who's had an incredible start to the season, scored 27 points in the opener versus St. Francis. That was the most ever by a Tech freshman in their debut. Here's a shot from Rhea Gully on the other end. It missed, and Trinity Baptiste has the board. She wants to push the pace the other way. Hands off for Taja Cole, who goes up strong for the lay-in with the right hand. And the Hokies, for the first time tonight, have the lead.
And Cole's so quick with that basketball. That's why she's one of the best point guards in the nation. She's able to catch the ball and make a quick drive to the basket.
Indeed, she was named to the Nancy Lieberman Award watch list for the top point guard in the country. This is Bridget Redstadt with it for the Flames. Picks up her dribble outside the paint. Now hands off for Lytle, going in strong. High off the window, can't get it to fall as it rattled off the rim. No good. And Asia Shepard has the rebound for the Hokies. She's going to take it all the way herself, coast to coast, and the acrobatic finish at the rim. She lays it in off the window. Nice move there from Asia Shepard, and the Hokies lead it 11-7, just south of 4 minutes gone by here in quarter number one. Rhea Gully now with it for the visitors. Hands off for Redstadt. Dribble handoff to Ashton Baker, watched by Baptiste at the top of the circle. Nowhere to go, 13 on the shot clock. Now Redstadt right wing, handoff right back to Baker. Baker being watched by Mabry. Now they switch. Baker going to pull up a jumper off the mark, too far to the left, but the offensive rebound and putback is in by Keegan Green.
Some miscommunication there by the Hokies on the defensive side. Fell right into the hands of Green, and she was able to take a nice, easy layup.
Taja Cole with the ball at the Carillion Clinic court logo for the Hokies. 11-9, Virginia Tech leads it. Now Cole, a high pass for Trinity Baptiste, and she took steps after receiving the ball. That is another turnover for Virginia Tech, their third of the young evening. First sub now for head coach Kenny Brooks. It'll be Lydia Rivers, the 6'2" graduate forward, checking in for Elizabeth Kitley as the standout center will take a seat on the bench. First substitution for either side. And along with that, Keegan Green will also take a seat for the Flames. And she was replaced by Maya McMillan, wearing number 20 for the Hokies, or excuse me, for the Flames rather. Three-pointer off the mark for Redstadt from the left wing, and Dare Mabry has the board. She's pushing the pace the other way. Now we'll slow things down. Mabry going to attack the paint, kick out three. Trinity Baptiste can't get it to fall, too strong, and the board goes to Emily Lytle for Liberty. Bumping her way inside, and she draws the blocking foul as she was attacking the basket. And Trinity Baptiste, who committed the foul, will offer a helping hand to her fellow teammate Asia Shepard. That'll be the second team foul on the Hokies.
Yeah, Liberty's going to try to play with that aggressive attitude. We've already seen it down low on the defensive side, forcing Kitley, and now Rivers going to lacking their opportunities of making some nice, easy layups. Now it's going to be on the offensive side as well, driving to the hoop. Good thing they got the call that way. That one was one of those iffy ones and a hard call there for the referee. Inbound
from the baseline, just under the Hokies basket. Rhea Gully with it for the Flames as they set up their possession. Gully at the top of the circle, kick off to the left wing for Ashton Baker. Now feed inside. Maya McMillan finishes the bucket and give the assist off a nice pass from Ashton Baker. 11-11 is the score. 5 minutes gone by here in the first quarter. Hokies and Flames in a tightly knit contest so far. Triple handoff. Here's Asia Shepard from her left wing three, and that is all net. Asia Shepard knocks down the triple, and the Hokies have their three-point lead right back.
Get Shepard going, get her those opportunities from deep, and you can see why right now the Virginia Tech offense goes around Asia Shepard.
Here's Bridget Redstadt with a pull-up jumper from just inside the three-point line. That is off the mark, and Taja Cole has the board. She wants to turn on the Jets the other way. Taja Cole stops her dribble in the paint, hands off for Rivers, who fumbled the ball, and Bridget Redstadt comes up with it. Another turnover for the Hokies. They've been a little bit sloppy with the ball here in the early going. Rhea Gully brings it over the timeline for Liberty with their all-red uniforms and white numbers and numerals. Handoff for Maya McMillan. Now back to Gully, coming off a screen. Gully with feed inside. That was too far out of the reach of McMillan, and a turnover for the Flames. And we have a whistle and a timeout on the court. 3 minutes and 49 seconds remaining in the first quarter. It's been a pretty close matchup. The score right now, 14-11 in favor of the Hokies. And so far, we've seen, as we talked about in the pregame, Andy, Liberty, this is a team, they're going to battle all night. They've been very physical in low. They've forced Tech into some uncomfortable shots in the paint, and they've done a very good job cleaning up the glass.
Yeah, you mentioned about the turnovers a little bit back, and they've already forced 3 turnovers off of some key players at Taja Cole, Dara Mabry, and Aisha Shepard. So now, what are the Hokies going to have to respond with? Well, Aisha Shepard seems to be finding the cure for the Liberty defensive press. He has 10 points so far, 2 or 3 from deep. So Shepard's really getting her groove, and now the supporting cast really needs to step up here for Virginia Tech. And they got some height, they got some ability down low. I like the idea of bringing on Rivers. She's got an average double-double right now, 12.5 points per game, 11.5 rebounds per game. So these are players that can really swing the difference in the game right now. But right now, I just feel like Liberty is playing better as a team. They're able to find some nice passes so far in the paint. They're able to drive to the holes and really find their open teammates. Right now, Virginia Tech, they just are having a little difficulty finding their open teammates. And they just got to get more of a team effort going around.
Well, Liberty comes into this one with a 1-2 record on the season. They took down Norfolk State 67-48 in the opener, led by Ashton Baker with 19 points. They then lost a heartbreaker to ETSU 63-62 on November 8th, and that was a game that they really let slip away because they had a 10-point lead with under 5 minutes left and a 4-point lead in the final minute, but they lost on a last-second layup going down to the Buccaneers.
You know what's crazy, Shelton? Actually, they just went to review, and it appears that there's made a change in this system. It looks like as if that Asia Shepard's other three-pointer that was made, they said that her foot was on the line. So now it's only a two-pointer, so that's going to cut the deficit by 1 by the officials.
And, of course, those of you who follow men's college basketball know that they changed the three-point line this season. They moved it out about a foot or so in consistency with international standards, but not so for the women's game. The three-point line is the same as it always has been, a little bit shorter than the men's. But, yes, they did change that three-pointer to a 2. So the score 13-11, 3 minutes, 49 seconds left in the first quarter. So far, the Flames are 5 of 12 from the floor, good for 42%. They've only attempted 2 threes and made one of them. That was from Lytle earlier in the quarter. And Tech is actually out-rebounding the Flames 7 of 5 thus far. They're shooting 50% from the floor, are the Hokies, and 1 of 4 from behind the arc. So both teams back out onto the court. Another substitution for Coach Brooks, Alex Obo-Fagui, the 6'4" redshirt junior newcomer from Châteauroux, France. One of several international players in this Hokie roster checks into the game. So the 5 on the floor for Virginia Tech, it'll be Rivers, Cole, Mabry, Obo-Fagui, and Asia Shepard. Hokies with it. Shepard now hands off for Obo-Fagui at the left wing. They reverse it for Cole, right foul line extended. Now for Mabry, top of the circle. Hokies working the ball around the perimeter off a screen. Set by Rivers. Asia Shepard has it. She's going to pull up from 3, and she can't get it to fall. Too strong. Fight for the rebound. And there's a scrum on the floor. Both players go to the ground. It is out of bounds. It'll stay with the Hokies. Well, we made the point in the pregame. This is a Liberty team that is not afraid to get on the floor and scrap and claw for those loose boards.
Yeah, you see right there, they're going to get every opportunity. Well, misread right there by the Liberty defense.
There's a lay-in for Mabry, and the Hokies extend their lead to 4. And for Mabry, that'll be her first points of the contest.
They was able to squeak right around that Liberty defense on the inbound. Liberty had their backs turned to the basket, and that's not a great sign if you're going to see a coach from Coach Green. That's a tough basket to get
Emily
off.
Lytle being hounded defensively by Taja Cole, and we have a whistle as Bridget Redstad, who had the ball at the right wing, drew the foul from Lydia Rivers. And Rivers knows this Liberty team very well. She is a transfer from Radford, so she played against the Flames several times when both teams were members of the Big South Conference. Of course, Liberty leaving for the Atlantic Sun Conference with the start of the 2018-19 school year. So she's very well acquainted with Liberty. Redstad dumps off for Lytle. Lytle being watched by Shepard. Now they feed inside Redstad on the baseline. Going to go to work against Lydia Rivers, backing her down. The floater in the paint, no good, too strong. For the rebound is corralled by Taja Cole. Cole fakes the handoff. Now she's going to go inside baseline, kicks it out for an open Obo-Fagui, who lays it in. 2 points for Obo-Fagi, and the Hokies now lead by 6, their largest of the game.
Yeah, the Hokies are taking advantage of their height now, Shelton. They're just going inside, crashing the paint, and they're finishing it up at the rim.
Three-pointer going up and way off the mark. That was Ashton Baker with a shot that was well wide, did not even touch rim, so that'll go out of bounds. And Hokies will get possession as we have a whistle on the court and a timeout called by the Flames. So we will get you back in just a moment here from Castle Coliseum. 17-11, the Virginia Tech Hokies leading the Liberty Flames with just south of 2.5 minutes left in quarter number 1. We'll get you back here to Castle in just a moment. You're listening to 3304 Sports. Back here at Castle Coliseum, Hokies leading the Flames 17-11. A little over 2 minutes left in the opening quarter. Hokies with it, facing some backcourt pressure from the Flames. Taja Cole with the ball in her hands off for Mabry on the right foul line extended. Mabry for Rivers. They reverse the ball for Cole. Trying to get it to Obo-Fagi, but the pass wasn't there. Now Shepard with it. She's going to drive, and she drove too hard as she gets called for the charge, knocking down Ashton Baker to the floor. Another offensive foul for Virginia Tech.
Yeah, Liberty really knows how to get their charges going. They did it on Mabry early on, just inside the paint earlier, and that time Shepard going into the body of that Flame defender and getting another turnover.
A very tough, hard-nosed Liberty team. That is a staple of Kerry Green in his 21st season at the helm of Liberty Flames women's basketball. Back to the action here. Ashton Baker with the ball for the Flames. Feeds down low near the baseline for Maya McMillan. McMillan hands off for the recently checked in Kennedy Williams. Getting her first action of the night. Williams thought about the three. Pump fake. Now she'll take it in. And a wild pass. Was looking for McMillan. She manages to get the ball back, and we got a foul as she goes up strong for the lay-in. That is on Obo-Fagi, her first personal, as Kennedy Williams got hacked.
Yeah, just called too much of the body right there by Obo-McPhee. Foul was called there, but, great awareness there by Liberty after the block. They still had to work fast. Shot clock was running down to 3, so it was a great drive right there by Liberty, but just could not find the basket by Williams.
Williams heads to the charity stripe as she rattles home the first free throw on the season. Now 3 for 5 from the free throw line. Bends her knees. Second one is up and good. And she gets both to fall. Now a 4-point advantage for the Hokies. Williams, a 5'7" freshman guard out of Douglasville, Georgia. The all-time leader in assists with 511 career dimes at Greater Atlanta Christian School. Taja Cole with it near the Virginia Tech logo for Virginia Tech. Now around a screen. She's going to drive to the basket, kick it out for Elizabeth Kitley, who recently checked back in. Now Shepard with the ball on the left wing. Shepard backing down the defender. Pump fake, fading away, and she's going to get called for another charge. And that was actually Trinity Baptiste, beg your pardon. But another call that goes against the Hokies, and that is their third offensive foul of the contest. We haven't even played one full quarter.
Yeah, it's 5 turnovers now, 2 for the Hokies, so this is not a good trend that they're setting. Of course, all 3 of the 5 have been made off of these charge calls, and Liberty's just staying their ground. They're being more physical in the first quarter.
Baker with the ball, being shadowed by Cole. Now finds Kean Green down low. She goes up strong for the lay-in, right past Elizabeth Kitley. Strong move there from Green, and she has 2 more points to her ledger. 2-point game now as we wind down the first quarter here from Castle Coliseum. Tech leading 17-15. Trinity Baptiste with possession near the baseline, kicks it out right wing for Kayla King. And Hokies turn it over again as there's a miscommunication on the pass. 30 seconds now left in the quarter. Flames have a chance to tie or take the lead. This is number 14, Asia Todd with it, who's recently checked in. Hands off for Williams. Williams lost possession of the ball as she was going down for the crossover dribble. She loses it, and we have a tie-up, and the ball will go to Virginia Tech. Oh, no, they say it stays with the Flames. Beg your pardon.
No, I'm wrong. I'm looking at the scoreboard. I saw possession pointing towards Liberty up there. I don't know if the officials... we'll say Liberty basketball.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because Tech won the tip, and so obviously the possession error would go to Liberty, and there haven't been any jump balls since then. So that's the first one of the game. So Liberty will have a chance to ride out this first quarter. 15 seconds left, 13 on the shot clock. They inbound it from the baseline for Asia Todd. Todd gives it off for Baker. Baker near the midcourt stripe. Now attacks at the perimeter. Bounce pass for Williams. She got the shot off, or did she? No, she did not. That is a shot clock violation, as Kennedy Williams could not get the ball off in time, and the Hokies forced a turnover. And currently the first quarter clock has expired, but there should be some time left because the shot clock was at 13 when the possession started, and the game clock was at 15, so you would think there should be some time left.
Yeah, so what happened is the officials are talking about right now here at the Liberty offensive paint. So when the shot went away, it looked as if the buzzer went off before the shot was released. If that's the case, then it would be a shot clock violation. And Virginia Tech will have the opportunity to inbound the basketball with roughly about a second and a half left. But it looks like the call was made that she got the shot off in time, and that means that the clock kept on running and Virginia Tech never had an opportunity to get another response.
Well, in any case, Virginia Tech will go into quarter number 2 with a 17-15 lead. We'll get you back here for the start of the second quarter on 3304 Sports. Back in just a moment from Castle Coliseum. Back here for the start of the second quarter. Virginia Tech leading Liberty 17-15 here in Castle Coliseum, as we are so glad you all tuned in with us on 3304 Sports. I'm Shelton, joined by my color commentator, Andy Loce. Andy, a bit of an interesting first quarter there. We've seen the Flames trying to assert their will inside, but Tech kind of settling for lots of long, contested three-point shots.
Yeah, Liberty's staying strong inside, and if Virginia Tech is going inside, they're holding their ground and they're taking these charges, and they're creating a lot of turnovers. 6 turnovers by the Hokies in the first quarter. So Virginia Tech's going to have to resort to outside in the perimeter and behind the arc. And right now they've had a pretty all right start. It has been the start that, Coach Brooks and his staff wanted to see in the first quarter. But Liberty right now, I would say, is definitely having the edge and the advantage of what their matchup is trying to become. Because right now, they're holding their ground. They're staying in this game, Shelton. And that's what's important by Liberty. Stick with the Hokies and see if you can find the opportunities to break through later on in this half.
Liberty was led in the first quarter by Kean Green, who had 6 points on 3 of 4 shooting to go along with 3 rebounds. Overall, the Hokies were 6 of 16 from the floor. Virginia Tech paced by Asia Shepard, who had 9 points on 3 of 5 shooting. Back to the action here. Tasha Cole handoff for Dara Mabry. Mabry has crossover dribble. Now dumps it off for Shepard. They try to go down low, and Trinity Baptiste had the ball batted away. She was looking for that bounce pass inside to Kitley, but it was knocked away and out of bounds. It'll stay with Virginia Tech.
One of the things I'm looking for here in the second quarter, Sheldon, is how Virginia Tech really works on the inside game. They had to take a lot of shots on the outside. See how they can go really inside. They got Kitley back in the lineup. I like to see maybe if we get Kitley and Rivers in at the same time, have the height lineup advantage there.
Cole dribbling with the left hand off a screen set. Here's Trinity Baptiste with an open three-pointer off the mark, too far to the left, and there's Kean Greed to clean up the rebound. Ashton Baker brings it over the timeline. Baker now feeds the corner. Kennedy Williams thought about a three-pointer, but there's Kitley right in her way. She goes to the basket, flips it in off the window. The runner is good, and just like that, we are tied at 17 apiece.
What's been important is how the Flames have been able to move the basketball offensively and how they drive to the basket, Sheldon. This team is relentless when they go to the basket, making the right moves.
Other way, here's Elizabeth Kitley with the baseline jumper. She gets it to fall. Nothing but nylon for the Hokies' standout center, and they have their 2-point lead right back. 8:55 and counting left in the first half. Ashton Baker dumps the ball for Kennedy Williams. Now they reverse it in the corner for Baker. Being shadowed by Baptiste. Reverse it again for Kennedy Williams. This time at the top of the circle. Now Baker gets it back. Flames working around the perimeter. 5 on the shot clock. They got to get one off quick. Here's Williams guarded by Kitley. Don't know if they recognize the shot clock. And they don't get it off in time, as that was great defense there applied by number 22, Kayla King. And the Hokies force a Liberty turnover, a shot clock violation.
Yeah, it's a couple possessions in the last 2 minutes that they've worked that shot clock down to 0 seconds. So good part about the Virginia Tech defense. You're going to have to play that kind of aggression to stick with this Flames team tonight.
Hokies get it up the court for Dare Mabry. They set the School record for threes made in a single season a year ago en route to an all-ACC freshman team selection. Mabry, dribble handoff for Cole. Now feeds a chest pass in for Kitley, who goes up strong for the lay-in and the foul. A bit of a late whistle there, but Kitley, a nice baseline drive. She lays it in for 2 plus the harm.
Faked the shot and then drove down the baseline. You know, as a defender is you never want the person with the ball cutting down that baseline. She did that right there, and the defender was late. Calls contact, wasn't able to get the stop. Kitley going to have the N1 opportunity now.
Kitley makes the free throw, now 4-5 on the season. And Tech now with a 5-point lead. They have led by as many as 6 in the early going. Flames with it. This is Baker, swings at top of the circle. They reverse the ball. Now to Baker on the right side, brings it back up to the top. Rhea Gully has checked back in for Liberty. We're seeing Tech with that zone defense. Hard for Liberty to crack. Baker with possession, just 6 on the shot clock now. They got to get it off again. Kennedy Williams on the left wing. She's going to drive baseline, kick out 3. They're not going to get it off in time. A second straight shot clock violation for the Flames, and we're starting to see now Virginia Tech really ramping up that defensive intensity.
Yeah, you know, whatever Coach Brooks told his team and to get the second quarter going, it's working right now defensively. At 60 seconds, that Liberty has not been able to get a shot off offensively. So great job with the defense they have right now. Let's see if they can get their the game going in their direction now.
Elizabeth Kitley has it on the right wing. Hands off for Mabry. She's going to pull up for a long 3, and she knocks it down. Dara Mabry, a long 3-pointer. She gets it to fall. We've seen her do that all her career, as Tech now with an 8-point lead, their largest of the night. Approaching 7 minutes left in the second quarter. Bridget Redstat has it on the baseline. She's going to back her way inside to Lydia Rivers, and she kicks out for a 3-pointer that is up and in for Kennedy Williams, her first points of the night.
Back-to-back 3-pointers right here. This is where the outside shooting becomes crucial here. Liberty's been able to work inside it much of the game, but they haven't been able to work outside.
Lydia Rivers going up strong, and she bullies her way inside, flipping it up with the right hand off the window and in for 2 points. 27-20 the score now. Going back and forth here from Castle Coliseum, the scoring has started to pick up. We've seen some really good offense. Now in the corner, Baker, swing it to the top of the circle, and now left wing, it's Rhea Gully. Gully nowhere to pass, now finds Baker, 10 on the shot clock. He has it near the VT logo at center court. 3-pointer going up for Emily Green, off the mark. And it is saved in by Gully, but right to Dara Mabry, who makes an athletic play, skying for that ball. And the Hokies have it. Mabry going to take it herself, now into the paint, and we got a whistle here, and a foul on the Flames as Mabry drew the contact. That is Kennedy Williams, her second personal foul. And for Liberty, that will be their third team foul. Williams going to check out and be replaced by Nina Lindstrom, getting her first action of the night, the 5'6" junior guard from Helsinki, Finland. Ball goes out of bounds off the inbounds pass, and that'll stay with, no, that'll go to Liberty. So they say last touch by a Hokie. 6:04 left, quarter number 2, 27-20. The Hokies lead it here in Castle Coliseum. Ashton Baker with the ball in her hands. 20 to go on the shot clock as Liberty orchestrates their offense. Hands off for Gully. Left foul line extended. Now swing it to the top of the arc and reverse. They go down low for Gully. She had the ball go through her legs, and it is taken away by King, and the Hokies have it, trying to push the fast break. Now they slow things down here off the turnover. King hands off for Mabry on the right wing. Mabry, nice crossover dribble there. Going to go into the paint. Now kick out Lydia Rivers, a left wing 3. That is way off. Only hit the backboard. Fight for the rebound, and the Flames have it. It's Redstat who gets on her knees to get the board. They push the pace the other way. Gully turning on the Jets. She goes coast to coast for the lay-in with the left hand. Nice display of athleticism there from Ashton Baker. And the Flames get the deficit down to 5.
Baker with some great speed. Got to win the battles in transition as well. Liberty's been able to do that in that possession for sure.
Handoff, Kayla King, 3-pointer going up and going in. Nothing but net for Kayla King. Hokies with their 4th 3-pointer of the game. They lead it 30-22.
Kayla King, she's the freshman that's coming. Only 6 points coming into the night, but that's a big three-pointer right there. Gives Virginia Tech their largest lead of the game.
Flames with it. Corner three going up for Emily Lytle off the mark, but there's Redstadt for the board on the baseline. Redstadt now kicks it out for Rhea Gully, who thought about a three but decided to hold on to it. Now for Lindstrom, a three-pointer off the mark, and Taja Cole fights for the board using her arm for some clearance. She has it going the other way for the Hokies. Going to bully her way inside as she is tripped up on the baseline under the Hokies basket. She draws the contact and gets the foul call on the Flames. We are going to have a timeout here as we have some fast-paced back-and-forth action here in Castle Coliseum. Virginia Tech with a 30-22 lead over the Liberty with 4:19 left in the second half. We'll get you back here in just a moment on 3304 Sports. Back here at Castle Coliseum on 3304 Sports. Virginia Tech and Liberty going at it with some women's basketball for you tonight on a chilly Friday night here in Blacksburg, Virginia. Hokies with a 30-22 advantage over the Flames in quarter number 2. And off the inbounds pass, we have a whistle and a foul on Virginia Tech. They will turn the ball over and give it right back to the Flames with 4:19 remaining in the second quarter. Andy Loce joining me. I'm Shelton Moss, pleased to be on the call for you guys tonight. Another sub for Kenny Brooks. Elizabeth Kitley will check back in for Alex Obo-Fagui, who's played some solid minutes tonight off the bench for Coach Brooks.
Obo-Fagui's got to watch out, Shelton. She's already have 3 personal fouls, and we're not even at halftime yet here at Castle.
4 fouls do the Hokies have as a team. Here's a corner three for Nina Lindstrom. That's off the mark. Both teams scrap for the board, and it is corralled by Maya McMillan. They say it is a jump ball, so the possession arrow will stay with Liberty as the Hokies got the ball to start the second quarter. Second jump ball we've seen so far tonight. Both have gone the Flames' way. Baseline inbounds. Rhea Gully gets it in. She tried to get it in to Kean Green, but it was deflected by Dara Mabry. Nice play by number 4 in white for the Hokies. Mabry. Kick out. Trinity Baptiste. Wide open jumper from just inside the 2-point line. That is no good as it rattled in and out of the rim. Rhea Gully has it the other way for the Flames. Gully picks up her dribble at the top of the arc, watched by Mabry. Now they swing it in the corner. Another Nina Lindstrom three. This time she knocks it down. Nina Lindstrom, the sharpshooter, who had been limited due to injury the first 2 games of the season, now coming into form as the season progresses. She knocks down a corner three. Darren Mabry driving baseline. She flips up a pass. I'm not sure if he was trying to shoot there. Intended for Kitley, as Kitley and it looks like it was McMillan fell to the ground. And there's a whistle. That'll be a foul on the Hokies center. And second team foul for Kitley. 5th now for Virginia Tech. Correction, that'll be the second team foul of the quarter. My mistake. 2 for the Hokies, 3 for the Flames. Just north of 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Virginia Tech up by 5. Rhea Gully with it on the left wing. Hands off for Lindstrom. Lindstrom. Pass inside for McMillan, who makes the adjustment, spins around, and lays it in off the window.
Finding the room to where to run and making sure she's getting the passes to the wide-open teammates. Liberty staying in this game.
Mabry, wide open right wing three. She knocks it down. You give her that much space, she's going to make you pay for it 9 times out of 10. Second three of the night for Dara Mabry, and she now has 8 points.
All ACC freshmen all ACC freshmen on the team last year, 83 pointers during that regular season. Key part of the Hokies and young.
Lindstrom
too.
again, another corner three. Sorry to interrupt you there. No good, but the rebound by Kean Green. She bullies her way inside, misses the layup. Another put back, and she puts it in this time. 2 offensive rebounds for Kean Green. If you give the Flames that many opportunities, they're going to make you pay for it.
Oh yeah, this is a great rebounding team we talked about there in the pregame, and right there, those third chance opportunities. Coach Brooks cannot be too happy about that one. That's why he called the timeout right there for the Hokies.
Now that is only the 4th second chance point for the Flames, but you just kind of get the sense that this Liberty team, they're so aggressive and physical on the glass, and the way this game has gone so far, you're starting to think that this is going to be a battle all night long. Hokies don't really have the luxury to try to coast in this one.
Oh, no. You know, I would probably overlook this matchup quite as well, Sheldon. The Liberty's been staying strong with it. I mean, that's the impact that Kean Green has right now for Liberty. 4-6 from the field. And one of those misses that she just had right there, she was able to put it back up offensively. You look at the rebounding battle. Liberty has that in their advantage. Green right now with already 8.6 rebounds. She's looking on her way to get another double-double on the young season.
Liberty does not rank highly in many major statistical categories, but the one that they do, they have a plus 10 rebounding margin in this young season. That is good for 61st in the country. So they battle on the glass. Taja Cole has the ball, dribble handoff for Michaela King. Now three-pointer from Mabry again, this time too strong, off the mark. Rebounded by Kitley. She battles inside in the paint, and she has the ball stripped away from her. And we have a whistle and a foul on Kitley. Tech fans not happy. Liberty bench is on their feet applauding the effort of their players. I think that was McMillan and Green who were battling for possession with Kitley. But certainly if you're Coach Kenny Brooks, they were looking for the foul call there, but there was none to be had.
Yeah, now that's the second personal foul there on Kitley. She's picked up 2 in the last few minutes. And that call could have gone underway, Shelton. Looks like a lot of people want to travel, jump ball, or anything. Baker going hard to the basket. She flips it in. The underhanded scoop shot is a thing of beauty. And just like that, it is a 2-point game, 33-31. Hokies lead it. Taja Cole gets tripped up as she was attacking the basket. And that'll be a foul on Baker. For Baker, that's her first personal. Team's 4th foul of the quarter. Trinity Baptiste will check back in after a brief substitution. She will spell Elizabeth Kitley, who just got tapped with her 2nd foul of the night. So the 5 on the floor for Virginia Tech: Taja Cole, Lydia Rivers, Kayla King, Dara Mabry, and Trinity Baptiste. Let's see how Virginia Tech can really go on these last 2 minutes here. And Liberty. Liberty's been the hot team so far in the second quarter. Be interesting to see how both of these teams close out the next 100 seconds.
Lydia Rivers has possession. Now it gives a chest pass for Baptiste in the corner. Backs it out. King down on the baseline for Rivers. Sends a bounce pass for Mabry. But as she did so, she bowled over a Liberty defender, and that is going to be another offensive foul on the Hokies. We have seen that all night long. Liberty really doing a great job of drawing charges. They know where to be in the right spot.
Yeah, that one was a great place. It was close to that restrictive zone right there under the basket, but, I mean, Rivers goes in strong, and it was like 2 of them even were trying to take that charge right there for Liberty.
McMillan with the ball for the Flames, hands off for Kennedy Williams, looping around to the top of the circle. Williams picks up her dribble just inside the 3-point line. Now hands off for Emily Lytle at the top of the circle, guarded by King. Back over to Liberty. That is Williams with the shot she misses, and the rebound is fought for and won by Dara Mabry, and she draws the foul.
Yeah, Mabry was able to fight off that rebound off McMillan, and Mabry is a couple inches shorter than her, so that was a great aggressive battle right there by the sharpshooter, and now 5th personal foul, so we got some 1-on-1s coming up here for the Hokies.
55.6 seconds is all that remains in quarter number 2. Hokies up 33-31. Dara Mabry at the line for Virginia Tech. And she sinks the first freebie on the year. Mabry, well, that was actually her first free throw attempt of the season. So she's 1,000%, and she continues that trend as she sinks the second one. So back up to a 4-point lead for the home team. Liberty trying to claw into this deficit. They've trailed for the majority of this contest, but it has been a close game the entire way. Here's a feed inside for Redstad. She couldn't get the handle on it, and 2 Hokies converge, and a scrum for the ball as it's loose on the floor. We fight for it, and we have another jump ball. This time the possession arrow will favor Virginia Tech, as that was some good hustle displayed by the Hokies. Trinity Baptiste working in there with Emily Lytle of the Flames. They both fought for it, and jump ball, Hokies possession.
You can see that. It's getting on the ground, getting dirty, trying to get that ball. That's what you like to see here in basketball, making sure you're going the extra mile. And it was a great hustle there by Liberty, but unfortunately she had 4 Hokies around her, so she couldn't really give it up to any of her fellow Flames teammates.
Taja Cole dribbling with the right hand as she brings it over the timeline. She has played the entire game for head coach Kenny Brooks. Trinity Baptiste with it now at the free throw line. Now backs her way inside. The one-handed hook shot is no good, but there is a whistle and a foul. And that should be 2 free throws for Trinity Baptiste, rather. So Baptiste will have 2 free throws. 1 for 1 on the year from the charity stripe. Sinks the first. 25.7 seconds left in the first half. It's been a very back and forth contest, but the Hokies have led for the duration of the night. Second free throw from Baptiste. Dribbles once, puts it up, and she can't get that one to fall. That is the first missed free throw of the night for Virginia Tech. But the ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay. No, it'll be Liberty basketball as it was tipped last touch by a player in white.
The referee on the baseline signal that was Liberty ball. Looks like a second official came in with a different opinion, and they overturned the call. So now Liberty's going to wait here for the last shot probably.
Williams with the ball in her hands. Dumps it off for Emily Lytle, top of the circle. Now they reverse it for Rhea Gully. Gully being shadowed by Cole. Now they get it for Lytle. Right foul line extended. Lytle going to push her way inside. Left the shot short. And offensive rebound is battled for. We have a foul. That will be on Hokies. It'll be Trinity Baptiste called for the infraction. And once again, some more second chance opportunities for the Flames as Maya McMillan will head to the line for two.
Here's going to Liberty. They're going to get an opportunity to collect some points here at the end of the half. Shelton on the line.
McMillan, a 6'3" sophomore out of Marble Falls, Texas. She gets the first one to roll as it bounced off the iron up high and managed to find the bottom of the cylinder. A season ago was the third true freshman to start the season at the center position for the Flames in their program history. ASUN Freshman of the Week, averaged 17 points, 9 rebounds per game as a senior in high school. She can't get the second free throw to fall, and it goes right into the hands of Cole, who heaves up a half-court shot. It is no good, just to the left of the rim. A valiant effort there from Cole, but Hokies will go into halftime with a 36-32 lead. And Andy, looking at this game, we knew it was going to be a battle, and everything we thought about Liberty has come true. They've really battled hard on the boards. They're playing a very physical game. They've played good team ball. I think this is going to be a dogfight the entire way.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how the second half really goes for Liberty and for Virginia Tech. Liberty has done their job down in the paint. They've been getting these second opportunities and third opportunities, sometimes even. That I've really been noticing so far is how they are, their relentlessness. I mean, on defense, they're able to stand their ground, and they're taking charges left and right. Shelton, a lot of turnovers have come for the Hokies have come off of Liberty just holding their ground and taking these charges in the first half. So they're going to probably play with that same kind of attitude. But now Coach Brooks and his staff are going to come in here and say, how are we going to make sure we get some of these calls going our way? I mean, we're going inside. We're trying to do everything we can do, and they're just doing their job on the defensive side. So right now, Virginia Tech still leads. I still think they have a little bit of step in the head, but Liberty has definitely came in here and probably put some talent to the Hokies first half.
Well, we'll get your first half stats in just a moment here in Castle Coliseum. Once again, the score at halftime, Virginia Tech 36, Liberty 32. Back in just a moment from Castle for halftime stats. You're listening to 3304 Sports. Halftime here at Castle Coliseum as Virginia Tech leads Liberty at the half 36-32. Some first half stats. In that first half, Liberty was paced by Kean Green, who had 8 points and 6 rebounds, leading. Kenny Williams also had 7 coming off the bench for the Flames. As a team, Liberty shot 13 of 32 from the floor, good for 41%. They were 3 of 11 from 3 and 3 of 4 from the free throw line. For Virginia Tech, they were led in scoring by Dara Maber with 10 points, 6 of those coming from behind the arc. She also had 3 rebounds to go along with her scoring totals. Taja Cole, the point guard, played every single second of the first half. Only scored 2 points, but she did have 3 rebounds, and she has 4 assists, the most by any player on the court so far tonight. As a team, Virginia Tech shot 13 of 24 from the floor, 54% overall, and they were 4 of 11 from behind the arc, good for 36%. 6 of 7 at the line were the Hokies. In terms of team scoring, Virginia Tech was outpaced by Liberty in bench points. Flames had 15 points off the bench, Tech just 7. In fast breaks, Hokies led at 4-2, and in the paint, that was where Liberty was so dominant. They had 20 points in the paint out of their 32 total. Hokies just had 14. Both teams had 9 turnovers. There was 1 lead change in the first half. The game was tied 4 times, very back and forth. But overall, Hokies led for 16 minutes out of the 20 played in the first half. Once again, the score at intermission, Liberty 32, Virginia Tech 36. As you will hear Andy Loce on the play-by-play as I switch to color for the second half coming up in just a few moments here on 3304 Sports.
Hello and welcome back here to Castle Coliseum with the Virginia Tech Hokies leading the Liberty Flames 36-32. Hello, I'm Andy Loce. I'll be taking over play-by-play duties for the remainder of this game. I'm doing alongside Shelton Moss with the color commentary. And Shelton, you saw the first half as well as I did. What do you have to say about how Liberty is really responding up to the test of the Hokies so far?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing is they got a lot of good production from their bench. You had Maya McMillan with 5 points and 4 rebounds. You had Kennedy Williams with 7 points. Overall, Liberty had a 15-7 advantage in bench scoring. So it'd be really nice if the Hokies could get some production from players like Lady Rivers, Alex Obofagi, and Kayla King. And the other thing is, I think Tech's interior defense was not good in the first half. They gave up 20 points in the paint out of 32 points for Liberty overall. That's not a very good percentage. So they really need to clean up the defensive glass, and that's going to be the key to prevent points in the paint. Is do not let Liberty get second chance opportunities, because that has killed the Hokies all game long.
So we're resuming the second half. It's going to be Liberty possession. Gully's going to get the inbound pass, and now you look at Lytle has the ball up top. A couple of motion above the arc here. As Liberty now has it, Redstad with the ball, goes inside and finds Green for the easy 2 points. Green now has 10 points on the night for the Flames, and that's a big player right now for the Flames.
And Redstad didn't score at all in the first half, but she's been a very good distributor.
Marbury gives it up to Caitley. Caitley looking to try to get a move on the defender of Green. There's the move right there, goes up top. She causes the foul, does not get the basket to go, so she'll have a trip to the line for 2. And that was a name that we were talking about in the pregame. Caitley, she had some moments, 3 of 5 shooting. How is she going to get more involved here in the second half?
Well, she just needs to assert herself as she has the line. That was a really good move right there by her. She has the first free throw.
Caitley connects for her second free throw of the night.
But that was a really good move, pivoting off her right foot and spinning around to get that layup up. Didn't make it, but obviously she drew the contact just as good.
So Caitley now squaring up for her second free throw. And that one rattles out. It's going to be rebounded by Redstad of Liberty. So it goes 1 of 2 on that trip, 2 of 3 on the night from the line. 37-34. Hokies still leading over the Flames. Lytle working the ball right there. Cole's getting a hand in there. Cole with that great defense outside the arc. Gives it back out now to Baker. Baker gives it to Redstad up top. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Driving inside, that's Baker. It goes off the side of the glass. Foul was committed, though, on the shot, so she'll have 2 free throws coming up now for the Flames.
Yeah, that was Tasha Cole with the foul on Baker. And credit Baker there. That was a very hard, aggressive drive. I think Cole would have been better off letting her go because they already had Kitley down there at the post ready to block the shot. So I think if Cole had maybe backed off a little bit, that could have been a clean rejection for Virginia Tech.
So Baker shooting her first free throw of the night. It goes off the right of the rim.
And this Liberty team, by the way, really, really struggles to shoot from the line. They are 56% as a team from the free throw line. That's 302nd in the country.
Second free throw is good, though. So it cuts the deficit to 2 points now. We're just a minute into the third quarter here. Cole bringing up the ball up the court. She gives that one up to Shepard. Cole now trying to drive inside. Gives it up top. Blazes off the glass and gets the foul. And 1. A drive there by Cole off to the left side. And with a strong finish right there by Tasia Cole. And that's the kind of aggression you need to see by the Hokies here coming out.
Yeah, that was an incredible display of athleticism as she made the mid-air adjustment, contorting her body to get the shot up and drew the foul and made the bucket.
So Cole trying to get the old-fashioned three-point play. That one hits off the front of the rim, and it's rebounded there by Redstad, so she can't finish the three-point play. But she gets the layup for the 2. It's Cole's only second shot of the game, but she's made both of them, and now has 5 points. Liberty now working the ball. Give up to Baker. Baker now working on the right side of the perimeter. Gives it out to Gully. Gully working on the ring. Gives it inside to Redstad. The ball has got stripped away there by Baptiste. And Baptiste is trying to push the ball up the court now. She goes in and she's met up with the Liberty defender. Gives that one on up to Shepard. Shepard fading away for the basket. But a foul was committed on the Flames. So another trip to the free throw line coming up here for the Hokies. It'll be the third trip by the Hokies to the free throw line in the first 2 minutes here in this third quarter.
Yeah, 3 team fouls for the Flame, and we haven't even played 2 minutes in this quarter. It's just like a switch flipped. It's totally night and day. The Hokies are now playing aggressive.
Shepard a couple bounces at the free throw line, shoots the first one, and it connects. So now Hokies with the 40 to 35-point lead. No substitutions coming in for either squad at this time. For Virginia Tech, you know, they staying with their starters, as well as Liberty, the same starting five on both sides, as it's a perfect trip for Shepherd to the line, connecting on both free throws. And now 41-35, Virginia Tech on top of Liberty. Rhett's out with the ball up top. He's going to get that one over to Lytle. Lytle moving it out to the corner on the left side. Gives it up to Green. Green trying to work around Kitley. The shot goes off the rim, and it's going to be last touch by Kitley. Shot clock will reset to 20 seconds. And it'll be an inbound pass from the baseline for Liberty. Gully's going to be on the inbound pass. Looking for a fellow Flame. Time running now. Ball able to get it to Lytle. Lytle with the drive and gets the foul called in her favor right there, working around the restrictive area, and the blocking foul is called on the Hokies. I believe the foul was called on Shepherd. That'll be her third personal foul of the game. And now Lytle has 2 trips up to the free throw line, or 2 shots here for the Flames. Sub coming on in now for the Hokies. Lydia Rivers checking in for Shepherd. So Coach Brooks making that substitution because you're going to need Shepherd later on in the game and don't want Shepherd getting into foul trouble. So here's the first free throw, and that one is off. It has the back of the iron for Lytle. So now Lytle looking for her second free throw on this trip. Flames still sticking with the 5 that they started off the third quarter with. Shot was up and good. So she connects on one of her free throws on that trip. And now the score is 41-36 Hokies. And it's only been 2 minutes here in the third quarter, but a lot of stoppages due to fouls.
And that's a good thing for the Hokies.
Baptiste has the ball up top by the free throw line. Now looking inside. She's giving it up to Rivers. Rivers to give it to Kitley. Kitley trying to work it. She gets the ball, and she's able to convert on that layup. And now giving the Hokies a 7-point lead. Kitley becoming more involved here in this third quarter.
Yeah, we barely caught her name in the first half, but in the first 2.5 minutes of this quarter, she's been all over the place.
Baker gives up to Lytle. Lytle now up to Gully. Gully's going to find an open Redstead, apologies. As that one's off, it's going to be rebounded by Rivers. Now Cole pushing up the court. We know what she can do with her speed. Goes in the paint, goes to the right side, gets blocked away there by Green. But it's rebounded by Kitley. Kitley fighting for it, and a jump ball will be called. It will stay with the Hokies. An aggressive style under the hoop right there. It looks like it was a battle between Kitley and Green. And Virginia Tech will still have possession. The shot clock will now go out to 20 seconds. Cole's on the inbound. Kitley from the elbow takes a dribble in off the pump fake. Great move off to Rivers. Rivers can't connect. Kitley trying to work in. That one gets poked away by Green. Excuse me, that was actually Lytle who was on the ground who got the ball poked away there by Kitley. And now Liberty has the ball. And Baker now with possession for the Flames. Working on it right there, trying to get around Cole. Gives it up to Green. Green is on behind the arc, starting to look inside. Still with possession, doesn't know what to do with it. 10 seconds, tries to make a move on Kitley. Goes up to the rack, and she can't get it to finish, but a foul is called, and that one will be on Kitley. So 2 free throws coming up here for Green. So, you know, both teams trying to work out for their possessions, but neither team is really finding that pathway to success right now. We just saw it downloaded by the Hokies. They had some opportunities, but they weren't able to get a shot up in there for Liberty. Really had nothing going offensively, but now 2 shots coming up here for Green.
Yeah, and Kitley with her third personal foul, she's heading to the bench now, so that's huge for head coach Kenny Brooks.
So the first shot here by Green is good. Maya McMillan's going to be checking on in now for Bridget Redstad. Hokies also making a change with Kayla King coming on in for Elizabeth Kitley. So now, look at the bench. You got Shepherd, Kitley, and Obo Feu with all 3 fouls each. Liberty getting the 2 free throws off of Green, but she checks out immediately. She leads the team with 12 points. For the Hokies, Shepherd leads the team with 11 points. Both players are on the bench at the time. Baptiste with the ball, gives it up to Marbury. Marbury with the shot, it's off. It's going to be rebounded, though, by Tech, and a foul is committed on the Flame, Ashton Baker. So great rebounder there by Lydia Rivers. She now has 4 rebounds on the night and was able to draw the foul. So Cole looking on the inbound now on the sideline, right in front of the media. And now Marbury is looking around, finds Cole. Cole dribbling it up back to the top of the key, gives up to Kane. Kane out to Rivers. Rivers looking to drive, uses it on the left side, and the ball is going to be poked out of bounds. Last touch by a Hokie. Excuse me. Last touch by a Flame. It will remain Hokies basketball. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Cole is looking for the inbound. Trying to find the open Hokie. She finds it. It's Marbury. Marbury with 5 seconds going to find Baptiste. Baptiste goes up for three, and that one goes too far, and it's rebounded by the Flames. It goes into the hands of Maya McMillan. Baker now working the ball up the court. Virginia Tech leading Liberty 43-38 here. 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. McMillan with the ball now on behind the arc. Hands it off to Asia Todd. Asia Todd trying to work on the right side. She goes in hard, and a foul is called. I believe it's going to be on King. It was King and Rivers in front of her, and a blocking foul is called on the Hokies, and it looks like two shots are, nope, it was actually on the floor, so it will be an inbound pass now here for the Flames.
Everything has sort of started to slow down now with all these fouls and stoppages and balls out of bounds, and I think it's thrown both teams out of their offensive rhythm, if I had to guess.
Yeah, the game started off with fouls on both sides for the Flames and for the Hokies, and it really changed how the momentum was going. I mean, the Flames finished off that second quarter very strong. The Hokies started this third quarter off pretty strong as well, but now both teams are equally as good with opportunities coming by. So the shot clock has not yet started, but after a colossal of the ball just moving around, Liberty was able to convert off an Ashton Baker left-handed layup. So now Virginia Tech leading 43-30. The fans here at Blacksburg not happy with what they just saw. Marbury with the ball. She's going to use the arm, and I believe she extended it, and a charge is called. Baker drawing that contact, and now Liberty has a chance of knotting the score up.
That's got to be at least the fifth offensive foul that the Hokies have committed this game so far. And it's interesting because usually that's the case for Liberty. They tend to attack the basket very aggressively, and they tend to commit offensive fouls. But it's been the opposite story so far here for Virginia Tech.
So now Liberty with possession once again. That's Asia Todd. She's driving to the hoop. She can't get it to go. Great defense there by Kayla King. Now Baptiste pushing the ball up the court. Working down the middle of the court now. Rolls back out for three. And he's going to give it out to Cole. Cole working near the time stripe right there. Now she's looking to go inside, trying to work on Asia Todd. Great ball handling. Gives up to Trinity Baptiste. Baptiste now inside. Fading away from the hoop. Shot's up, and it's too strong. It'll be rebounded there by the Flames. A rebound right there by Lytle. And now the ball will be pushed up the court by Baker. Baker going inside, and that one will be a charge called on King. And Shelton, I don't know, but it seemed the fans seemed really relieved here at Castle Coliseum off of that call, if it being against the Hokies. Against the Flames. Yeah,
maybe a little bit of a Bronx cheer. They were happy that the refs finally called one that went their way, but I think that was clearly an offensive foul as Baker pushed off and she extended the forearm.
So we reach the under 5 media timeout here at Castle Coliseum. The Virginia Tech Hokies leading the Liberty Flames 43-40. You're listening to 3304 Sports. Welcome back here to Castle Coliseum. The Virginia Tech Hokies leading the Liberty Flames 43-40. We're halfway through the third quarter. And now the Hokies will start with possession as Tasia Cole will bring the ball up the court. Now working on the right side. Moving in and a bounce pass right there to Rivers. And that shot goes off the side of the glass and it's rebounded by the Flames. Flames continuing to push it now. As now Lytle will square for three for the Flames, and that won't be off. And Trinity Baptiste trying to get the rebound. It's going to be a loose ball foul called on McMillan. So another strong rebound there by Baptiste, able to draw contact. And already the 5-team fouls on both teams. So now free throws coming up here for the Hokies.
Yeah, and I think if you're McMillan there, knowing the foul situation, if you commit one foul as they did there, you're putting the Hokies at the free throw line for the rest of the game. That's one where 70 feet away from the basket, you just got to let that go.
Baptiste going for the first free throw. The shot is up, and it's off the back of the iron. So she cannot connect on the first free throw. But it's an automatic 2 free throws on these fouls. So now she'll get a second opportunity. And that one goes. So able to get 1 free throw. Now 44-40. Virginia Tech on top of Liberty. Kenny Williams checking in now for the Flames. She has the ball up top. She's got Mabry on her. Working around. Tries to do a pump fake on Baptiste. It doesn't go. And kicks it back out to Gully. Gully now finds Lytle. Lytle trying to drive inside. Doing a post move. She runs right into Trinity Baptiste. And it's a travel violation called on Lytle.
Yeah, I was watching Liberty against Chattanooga back on Monday night, and they do have a problem with traveling as they can get a little bit too happy with their feet. And you saw it there, another turnover for the Flames.
So Hokies have the ball now, and it gives it to Cole. Cole's going to find King. King thought about shooting. Mabry's going to shoot it, and she gets it to go. A three-pointer there by Mabry, and it's the first three-pointer by either team here in the third quarter. And it gives the Hokies some breathing room here with 3 minutes left in the third. Williams with the drive. It's too much. It's going to be rebounded by Rivers. And now the Hokies are pushing it. Mabry stepping back up for 3. She gives it up to Cole.
Good reset there by Cole. Just slow things down. Wait for the numbers.
Cole gives it to King. Cole's going to think about driving. He's going to stay up. Give it up to King. King, the freshman, gives it to Mabry. Mabry steps back for 3. That one is short. It's a little bit of hustle down there under the rim. And it's taken up there by Liberty. Pushing up the court now is Asia Todd. Asia Todd coming in. And no ma'am, says Rivers. She knocks that one right outside the paint. And now the Hokies on possession. Cole going to the hoop. She gives it up. The foul is called. So it doesn't get it to go for Cole. But she'll have a trip to the free throw line. Great defense there by Rivers.
Yeah, and very aggressive was Taja Cole. Going up strong. She knew how to drew the contact, got her body up in the air first, and she drew the contact from the defender. Nice move by a very veteran point guard.
It was a great push by the other side of the Hokies as Cole was able to draw the foul, and she now has her first free throw. And it connects. McMillan now has 4 personal fouls. Her second free throw will roll off the left side of the rim and rebounded by the Flames. So 48-40, this ties Virginia Tech's largest lead of the game. Williams with the ball, giving it up to Lytle. It goes off of Lytle's hands, and now the Hokies are pushing again. Cole in the open coat, gives it up to Keene. Keene from 3, it's good! Virginia Tech with an 11-point lead, their largest of the game. That one is Kayla Keene, 2 from 2 behind the arc tonight for the freshman.
Absolutely perfect execution on the fast break. You see Taja Cole flip it out to the wing 3 as Liberty wants a timeout. They flip it out to a wide-open Kayla King who knocks down the three-pointer. And I think that's kind of the way basketball is going now because in the past, normally if you have a 2-on-1 break, you try to go in for the layup. But in today's basketball game, you just kick it out for the 3, and she knocked it down. So great job there by King and Cole working in tandem. Each one knew where the other would be, and they knocked down the 3.
Hokies grabbing momentum here in Castle Coliseum. They now lead 51-40. We'll step aside here with 33:04 Sports. We'll be back to give you the remainder of the third quarter. Welcome back here to Blacksburg. The Virginia Tech Hokies leading the Liberty Flames 51-40. Just under 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Liberty with possession. Call a 30-second timeout. Now a couple substitutions coming up now. Ashton Baker, Kenan Green, and Bridget Redstadt coming all in for the Flames. So Todd working with the ball. Gives it now to the right side of Williams. Williams giving it to Redstadt. Is it inside to Green? Green with a strong power move, catching the ball and going up with the left hand and getting the layup to go.
Made a little miscommunication on defense here. They both kind of left Green wide open.
Mabry working with the ball, takes a step inside, fouled on the shot, can't get it to fall, and now she'll have 2 free throws coming up. And it's a foul away from the basket. You have to ask yourself, why are you going to commit that foul right there for Liberty?
Yeah, always a cardinal sin of the game in basketball, fouling the jump shooter. But that was good court awareness by Mabry right there. I didn't know if she saw the defender in the back of her head, but when she went up for the shot, she kind of moved her body a little bit, sort of sold the contact. So that was a good move, a very veteran move there by the young sophomore.
Mabry's going to connect on the first free throw. She has the most free throws out of any individual on the court tonight with 3 of 7. From behind the arc. She kicks on the first free throw. looking to connect on the second. And she does not. It took a roll off the basket. Was thinking that one was going to fall, but it poked right out. And the Flames with possession. It was long pass down the court. It got it to Asia Todd, but Asia Todd committing the traveling violation, so the ball will go back in favor of the Hokies.
Yeah, they're going to call the traveling violation as she sort of bowled over the Hokies defender.
14 turnovers on the night for the Flames. Cole working with the ball. Looking to give it to Rivers. Rivers gets a pass and hands it off to Cole. Cole moving around the Flames defense and gets the easy layup with her left hand. And Virginia Tech now up 54-42, a minute remaining here in the third quarter. Virginia Tech breaking through this quarter for sure, Shelton, getting that strong lead.
Yeah, we've seen in this third quarter they finally started to assert themselves physically, imposing their will on this Liberty defense.
Redstead with the ball now. Fakes the pass to Todd, goes inside, blocked by Rivers again. Mabry moving the ball up the court. She's got Cole off to the left side. She's going to slow it down and now gives up to Cole. Cole is up now about the logo of the V of the VT. Hands it off to Cole. Mabry with the ball again. It was poked away by Williams, but Mabry stays with it. 10 seconds remain on the shot clock now. Gives it up to Baptiste. Baptiste going inside. Contact drawn, and she can't get the basket to go, but she'll have a trip to the line for two more.
Another good move by the Hokies going inside, and again, we've seen Virginia Tech be very astute, and they've gotten that high-low lob down in the paint. They've gone up strong, drawn contact, and we're starting to see that physical disparity between the two teams. Tech with 7 players on the roster at 6 feet or taller, and that's certainly been the case. They've shown evidence of that in the second half here tonight.
Baptiste connects on the first free throw. Liberty going back to their starting five, bringing back Gully and Lytle back into the game. He's helping out Asia Todd and Kennedy Williams. And Baptiste gets both free throws to go. And now Liberty will wait for the last shot here as the shot clock has been turned off. Gully just buying some time now, letting the ball roll up the court. Now she works on the top of the key. Gives it out to Green. Green at the elbow, dribbling it out to Gully. Gully having the ball. 8 seconds remaining on the game clock here. The shot is up by Lytle. It goes way too far. It's going to be rebounded by Baptiste, but for Baptiste, she will be out of bounds. And now 3 seconds remaining for the Flames here. One more play drawn up for Liberty before the end of this quarter.
Yeah, we'll see. Liberty's very dangerous on these baseline out-of-bounds plays. Hokies have to play this one carefully.
Gully looking to get the inbound. Gives it the back set. Red set actually. Shot is up and it's good at the buzzer. She connects with the horn sounding off. And the 2 points will count as she released it just in time. And cuts the deficit to 12, but it's Virginia Tech 56-44 over Liberty as the third quarter comes to an end. We got one more quarter remaining here at Castle Coliseum. Virginia Tech up top. Strong third quarter performance has them in the driver's seat in this matchup. You're listening to 3304 Sports. Welcome back here to Castle Coliseum here in Blacksburg, Virginia. Virginia Tech Hokies lead the Liberty Flames 56-44. We are in the fourth quarter now. Asia Shepard and Elizabeth Kitley are subbing back in for the Hokies. Liberty starts off with the possession. It's now Redstead giving the ball up to Gully. Gully looking inside now to Green. Green gets the fadeaway layup and it gets to go. And that's how the fourth quarter scoring will start with Kenan Green. 16 points on the night. Keene thinking for three. Bounce pass back to Cole. Hokies playing with that style of patience that we saw in the third quarter. Working the ball outside above the arc and just getting the easy basket with no one on them. Keene thinking for three. She's going to fire away and it's going to be rebounded there by Redstead. And hands it off to Baker. Baker now working on the right side of the court and gives it up to Redstead, who is on the free throw line. Lytle has a problem with collecting that pass, but she's able to collect it. And now working with possession. 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Lytle looking for the Baker, who is running around the screen. Baker with a shot, and that one gets the fall. Baker with the emphasis with the fist pump as she gets that one to fall. It's now an 8-point game. Cole working now on the right side of the court. Gives up to Kane. Kane thinking of giving the shot, but he bounce passes to Kitley. Kitley working with three Flames on her. Rebounded by Rivers, and the foul will be called on the Flames. Rivers staying in there, and a shooting foul will be called. Do not know who that was on. It looks like Rhea Gully has the foul called on her. And now a substitution coming for Virginia Tech. Dara Mabry checking back in now for King. Rivers' first free throw is off the right side of the rim. Can't get that one to go. Virginia Tech today on the free throw line, shooting 14 of 21, Shelton.
Yeah, 67%. Not going to get it done. You got to be better, especially in late game situations.
That one goes, though, for Rivers. She gets 50% on that trip up to the line. And now Baker with possession for the Flames. Got Mabry on her. Trying to dribble to the left side of the court. Trying to cut around the corner. Gives up to Green. Green thinking of going inside. Gives it now up to Redstadt. Redstadt thought about driving on Rivers. Steps back and hands it on over to Lytle. Lytle looking now for Gully. Gully was thinking about shooting for 3. 5 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Gully's got to do something with the ball here now. Think about it, 2 seconds. Does she know? Whoa, shots away. She gets it off. It hits off the rim, but Cole gets the rebound, and there she goes. Starts running down the court. Goes inside the paint. Gives it to Mabry. Mabry shoots it again and connects. Mabry caught that. It was a catch-and-shoot scenario there for the Hokies, and for Mabry, it's her 4th three-pointer of the game. She's been there when it needs the most, Shelton.
Yeah, she is so good on those catch-and-shoot 3 shots. 46% overall last season, one of the top marks in the country. She is absolutely deadly. If you give her space and time, she is going to knock it down almost 10 times out of 10.
Gully gets up to Lyle. Lyle now on the left side, trying to drive into the paint. Goes up against Kitley and gets that one to go. A great drive right there by Kitley. Great drive right there by Lytle to get it on Kitley. Now the Hokies working the ball again. Rivers working on the right side of the paint. Gets that one. Goes trying to go under Green. Doesn't get it to go. So great defense by the Flames. Gully trying to drive inside. And Gully gets that one to fall. And just like that, it's an 8-point game here at Castle Coliseum. Liberty working the ball in transition and getting their moments and getting their baskets. Cole now with the ball. She crosses the half-court line. Has Rivers on top. Shepard, who's in the corner now, who's been out for quite some time due to the 3 fouls that she has picked up throughout the course of the game. But she creates a blocking foul call that will go against Redstadt.
And get another sub here. Baptiste coming in to give Lady Rivers a well-deserved break. And also Rhea Gully checking out. And Maya McMillan going to come in here for the Flames, checking in for Redstadt.
Also coming in for the Flames is going to be Lidstrom. Lidstrom has 1 3-pointer on the game. Shepard looking to drive, tries to shoot it. He's almost out of position, and that one doesn't touch anything. And now the Flames moving in transition. Baker with the ball on the left side of the court. She's got Cole on her. Baker trying to move it inside down the baseline. Nothing's there. Gives it off to McMillan. Now Lytle, who has it on the wing. Bounce pass inside to Green. Great pass there by Lytle to find Green. And Green able to convert on the layup. That would be number 17 and 18 points on the night for Green. And now a 60-54 ball game. When we look at how this game's been going, Sheldon, Liberty is not backing away.
No, sir. 6-point game. Tech certainly not out of the water. And on that last play, that was a very risky decision there by Asia Shepard. She went for the steal, reached out her arm, but she could not get the ball. And as a result, Keegan Green had the ball wide open under the basket and flipped it in for the layup. But 6-point game here. Liberty on a bit of a spurt. And I think for the Hokies, again, they just got to get back to what they were doing in the third quarter, where they're having so much success attacking the basket and drawing contact. That's where they're at their best. Right now, they're starting to play a little bit more timid. The ball movement, not quite as good. And defensively, they've had some lapses. So if they can try to hunker down here and just get back to playing their game, they can escape here with a win. But this is by no means over. Still got a long way to go in this game.
It looks like that Liberty and Virginia Tech have found their strong suits in this game. For Liberty, it's definitely giving the ball to Kenan Green. 8 of 11 from the field goal from the field tonight. But for Mabry, for the Hokies, she's 4 of 8 from 3. It looks like that she's having the hot hand tonight.
Yeah, and she's really done well, like I said, in those catch-and-shoot threes. I mean, there's been a couple. It seems to me like the only 3 she ever misses is when she doesn't get her feet set properly. If she gets her feet set and she's got some time and some space, even if there's a closeout coming, she is almost guaranteed to make it. I mean, like I said a few moments ago, last season, Dara Mabry set the all-time school record for threes made in a single season with 80, and she was third nationally in three-point percentage at 46%. And in addition to that, led the team in assists as well. And she's one of only 3 players, the others being Shepard and Baptiste, who played a minute for the Hokies last year because, of course, Kendall Brooks out for the year after having hip surgery, so they don't have her services, the senior. So only 3 players with experience on the team last year, and Mabry is one of those players that they're going to really depend upon. And she's played very well tonight, but they're going to need her down this stretch run.
What's really neat about Mabry is that she is already in a position where the team relies on her so much, but she's only a sophomore.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, she's a sophomore, but she plays like a veteran, you know. I mean, and we've seen already. I mean, she has a lot of basketball lineage. Her sisters Michaela and Marina played basketball at Notre Dame, and Marina plays currently for the LA Sparks. So, I mean, she has basketball in her DNA. And you can see on the court. I mean, if you lead a Power 5 basketball team in assists as a freshman, that says a lot about your basketball IQ.
Yeah, and this is not just any other Power 5 team. This is a team that's constantly making it back to the postseason year after year. So for Mabry to really fill that void, and of course, you mentioned about a lot of being a young one, but she was also with a bunch of seniors last year who went on and got drafted by WNBA teams and now are playing professionally overseas.
Yeah, I think it's certainly possible she could have WNBA aspirations in the future.
We're back in action here after that media timeout. Cole has the ball, gives it up to Mabry, who gives it on over to Shepard. Kitley has the ball, but she's up by the wing. Cole now giving it to Kitley. Kitley, who had a nice cut to the paint, tries to pass it on back out to Mabry. Mabry was the last one to touch it, and then she hustled down for that ball. Could not save it, though, as her foot touched the line. And now the Flames have the ball once again. On the court right now for the Flames, you got Lidstrom, Baker, McMillan, Green, and Lytle. And now for the Hokies, you got Baptiste, Shepard, Mabry, Cole, and Rivers checking in now for Kitley. So Lidstrom with the ball, working on the left side. Cole with that defense, doesn't let much pass her often. Baker now moving on the right side, picks up her dribble, was looking to give it to McMillan, gives it back up to Lyle. Lyle with the first layup, hits it underneath the backboard. Baptiste with the save. Smart play by Baptiste not to really grab that possession, just touch it back into play for a Hokie. Mabry squares up for 3. That one rattles in and out. Thought that one was going down for sure, Shelton, but that one hopped right back out to the McMillan of the Flames.
Yeah, she was wide open. You thought it's automatic make, but it just rimmed out as it hit the both sides of the rim and bounced out.
Lytle now having the ball on the left side of the court. She's got Mabry on her as a defense. Lytle trying to drive inside. Good move. Gives it out to Green. Great pass. Almost a 180 spin to find her teammate Green, cutting towards the hoop. And now a 4-point game. And the Flames have really worked their way back into this one with all the, you don't really have you have small ball techniques in baseball, but for the Flames, it's really been inside. They've been using their post game as their advantage. Shepard looking to drive inside, gives it to Baptiste, and a blocking foul is called on the Flames. It will be on Green. So Baptiste drawing that contact. Believe that she will not be at the line just yet. It's actually only the second team foul on the Flames. Shot clock will go to 20 seconds. Just north of that 5-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. She finds Baptiste coming down to the baseline, goes right into Green. Layup is not strong enough. Green is able to get the rebound, and it'll be a foul committed on the Hokies.
And now going Baptiste. So for the Hokies, that'll be only their first team foul of the quarter. So they're in a good position with respect to fouls. Liberty has 3. But again, we've seen the interior defense was what plagued the Hokies in the first half, and when we've seen those woes start to resurrect themselves here in the fourth quarter.
It's clear to say that this is the first real test the Hokies have had all season, Shelton. Let's see how they prevail in the last 5 minutes. Lyle with the ball now on the left side. She's looking for Green. Gives it inside to Green. Green trying to make a move on Cole. Goes up strong. Hits under the rim and can't get that one to go. But it bounces out of bounds. It'll go off a Hokie. And now 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. The Flames will have an inbound pass underneath the hoop.
And Liberty, as I mentioned earlier, is really dangerous on these baseline out-of-bounds plays as they hit the buzzer beater with Redstadt to end the third quarter on one of those plays.
How big is that one now, Sheldon? I mean, if that shot is going in, it's a 6-point game. Now it's a 4-point. Lau going inside. She tries to go to the right hand at the end. Can't get that one to go, but it's fouled on the way. So 2 shots coming up now for Lytle.
So now we've seen a reverse from the third quarter where Liberty is the aggressors. They're attacking the basket, drawing contact, and Tech is starting to play a little bit more timid, but mostly they're not playing well with the basketball. They're making a lot of silly turnovers that aren't forced.
And Lido right there connecting on that free throw. It's only her second of the game.
But it's sort of just a tale of two quarters. You have a shaky first half, really good third quarter, and then, something changes. I mean, honestly, I wonder, Andy, if that buzzer beater in the third really provided a spark for Liberty and maybe got Tech sort of out of their rhythm.
Perfect trip to the line there by Emily Lytle. Connects on both free throws. So now she has 8 on the night. And now the Hokie fans here are trying to support out their team, trying to get back into this one. Cole driving. This pass right there to Baptiste behind the head. Interesting pass right there. Cole looking inside, takes a couple steps in, and knocks down the 15-footer. And now that's the first Hokies field goal in quite some time, Shelton. But would that be the spark to get them going offensively?
Maybe so. That was the first mid-range jumper I've seen taken by a Tech player in quite some time.
Flames with the basketball, gives it to Lidstrom. Lidstrom trying to move it around Mabry. That shot's wild as it goes behind the basket. The referee actually pointing at the basket. It went off of the hand of Mabry and out of play, so the Flames will have possession. I believe the shot clock will reset to 20 seconds. Actually, you know what? It was not, because it did not hit the rim or was not out of bounds. It was tipped out of bounds, just like it would be on an attempted steal. So 15 seconds working on the shot clock for the Flames. McMillan with the ball. Gives it to Baker. Green being the aggressor. And the foul would not be called on Green. Rather, the fact it would be called against her. They said that she used that arm. But for her, that is going to be the end of the game for Kanan Green, who just picked up her 5th personal foul. So with a team leader in points and blocks and field goal percentage is done for the Flames. Michelle, that one kind of snuck up on us right there.
Yeah, that's huge, because now you're without your top post player, and your bench gets a little bit thinner. This is not a super deep Liberty team.
So let's see how Liberty will prevail without the 2017-18 Big South Player of the Year. They do well defensively right there as they get the steal. So Bridget Redstadt coming in now for Green. Be interesting to see what happens. Lytle now trying to drive inside. Goes into the defender of Rivers and gets the foul. So an and one opportunity coming out for the Flames and making this a one-possession game is going to be Lytle. You know, Sheldon Lytle came into that shot. She was only 2 and 11 on the night, but way to stay aggressive there and get that basket to fall.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty impressive. I think you're starting to see Liberty sort of, their players are stepping up in the absence of Green. They know they have to play their game at a higher level.
She connects on the free throw, so the old-fashioned three-point play goes in favor of the Flames. Green on the bench trying to get the defense going. We got 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here in Castle Coliseum. Mabry with the ball. Gives it to Rivers. Rivers bounce pass to Cole. Cole working on the left side of the three. Up to Shepard. Shepard for 3. That one is short off the rim. It's a hustle for the ball down there. And Shepard's the one to actually get the rebound, and she able to lay it on up. Now the Hokies working with a 5-point lead at 66-61 here.
That is spectacular hustle. You miss a 3, you get your own rebound, go up strong for the putback.
Baker with the ball. Gives it to Lidstrom. Lidstrom now working on the left wing of the court. And Shepard's the one with the steal. She's got the open court ahead of her. She's going up to the glass and gets the layup to go. Hokies now up 7 points with 2 minutes and 30 to go.
And Shepard has single-handedly flipped momentum here with 4 points all by herself within a span of, maybe 10, 12 seconds.
She sparked the Hokies here. She's had out the majority of the third quarter to the foul trouble, but now she's back and making an impact. Passing there to Redstadt. Redstadt turned around, shooting the hook shot. Can't get it to fall. It's rebounded by Rivers, and the Hokies are now going to take this a little bit slower with just over 2 minutes remaining. Cole with the ball, gives out to Mabry. Mabry working on it, gives it up to Rivers. Cole now working the way around the perimeter. Gives it out to Shepard. Shepard trying to tell Baptiste to give them the screen. Shepard splits the defenders, loses control of the ball. A foul will be called, and it will be on the Flames. Shepard upset about the foul call right there. It will become off of Ashton Baker. Baker tried to help her up and swiped her hand and said, "No, you're playing dirty right now." So she's going to have 2 free throws coming up, and that will make it a 7-point lead.
Yeah, and she has a little bit of a discussion there with the official, just talking things over. Obviously not too happy with the foul call, but she's a very, very passionate player, and you have to respect that.
She's also playing with 4 personal fouls, so she's going to be a little bit careful with the foul situation. First shot is good from the line. And this one's going to be a big one here. Shelton, if she can connect right here, it will make it a 3-possession game. Hokies have really done well today at the free throw line as of lately, making it now 17 of 24. We saw in that third quarter, they went 61%, but they've hit 3 big free throws here in the fourth quarter. Baker working on the drive, keeps it with her left hand, now goes back to her right hand. Under 2 minutes remaining here. Virginia Tech up 68-61. Liberty's going to have to get some offense going if they want to find themselves back in this game. It's Baker again. She gives it up to Lido. Lido now working on the left wing, driving inside, making a move on Cole. Great move to the post. Draws the contact. Can't get it to go, but 2 free throws coming up for Lyle.
Lytle has performed very well in the absence of Green. She's really gone hard to the bucket, drawn a couple foul calls with the end one previously, and now goes back to the line for 2. But this is where, if you're Liberty, you would really, really love to have Keane Green just to stretch out the Hokie defense a little bit more.
1:30 remaining on the dime as Lido gets the first free throw to go. And for the Flames, Sheldon, when do you think it's the right time to really start fouling?
I think you've still got a lot of time. So you make the second free throw, 5-point game. I would say just play good defense here, try to get a stop, and then get a shot the other way. It's a long way before you need to start thinking about fouling.
It was like Coach Green of Liberty says, not yet, don't foul just yet. And for Virginia Tech, they're looking to, take some time off the clock here and work their way down for their 3rd victory of the season. As you can tell, Cole is in no rush whatsoever. Gives it to Baptiste, 7 on the shot clock. Bounce pass inside to Rivers. Rivers with a reverse. Can't get that one to go. And now a minute remaining. Liberty's bench signaling to Baker to hurry up the momentum. Baker now goes to the left hand, trying to drive inside to Rivers. Jump shot rattles in and out. Not a friendly rim on that shot there for Baker. And it's a rebound by Rivers and a foul on McMillan. And that will be McMillan's 5th personal foul. So that will be the end of her night. And 2 free throws coming up now here for Lydia Rivers. Let's see who the Flames put back in. It looks as if Rhea Gully is going to check back in now for Liberty.
So now another blow to the Flames' interior depth. You got to put a guard back in now. And I think if you're Coach Carrie Green, you're not super happy with that shot taken by Baker. I mean, that's a mid-range jumper, not a super effective shot. A little bit contested. I think you're better off just trying to play it out a little bit more.
So Rivers coming up to the line. No Hokies on the lines. We're in the box to try to get the rebound for the first one. Baptiste stepping on in. Rivers not making the first free throw. And that one is going to be a mental mistake right there by the Hokies. The referee gave the ball back to Rivers. And Dara Mabry coming in after the referee has already given the ball to the free throw shooter of Rivers. So Rivers will now have a second free throw attempt. And it will now become Flames basketball. And Flames will call a timeout.
I've never seen that before in my life.
You have not. She just, Baptiste went in. She was talking to Rivers, getting her pumped up for the second free throw. You know what teammates do. They help each other out. Steps away. But then it's almost as if it clicked her like, I was supposed to be inside the box. I'm supposed to be there to box out and get that rebound. She came in late, and the official came in and said, no free throw attempt for Rivers, as Mabry came in late afterwards. I don't know if that was caught in the moment kind of there for Dara Mabry, but it's a mistake that will cost maybe Virginia Tech a point in a 5-point game. Could be a pivotal moment in this matchup.
Yes, and now Liberty gets the ball. 49.3 on the clock. Trailing by 5. They really need a bucket here. They don't need a 3. You can get a 2. That's fine. Go back, play some good defense, try to get the ball again. But you do not need to settle for a 3.
Gully gets the inbound pass. Lytle just squares up and shoot, and it connects. A big-time 3 right there for Emily Lytle. It's now a 2-point game. Wasted no time whatsoever on that one, Sheldon, as Cole now has the ball. And it's going to be poked away. It's tipped away by Liberty. Cole was able to collect it, though. Let's see how Cole takes over with that veteran leadership. Kicks out to Baptiste, out to Mabry. Mabry thought about shooting, but she's going to dribble it back out to half court. And a foul is called there on Redstadt. And if you're Liberty, that's the one player on the Hokies you do not want to foul.
Yeah, and it was a bad foul because you're probably 35 feet from the basket, and you put Mabry in a bad position there towards the midcourt line. No reason to foul there because the ball was so far away from the hoop, and that's a bad decision because now you give Tech potentially a chance for 2 free points.
And not only that, but Mabry, who was 3 or 4 from the line, connects right there to make it a 3-point game. And now these are where the games are usually won in these tight ones. Shelton on the free throw line. And Mabry's second free throw is good as well. Liberty signaling for a timeout, so they will get it. Dara Mabry collecting her 18th and 19th points of the night for the Hokies. And now a 4-point game once again, and Liberty making a step up in the last 13 seconds. But the question is now do you go back to that 3-point routine that they went there with Emily Lyle?
Honestly, I would play it safe. I would try to get the 2 if Virginia Tech is willing to give it to you. Now, if they collapse in and you got an open shot for a 3, take it. But for right now, I would just keep going for 2s and keep fouling Tech because obviously you have to now. Game clock at 29, so obviously shot clock is off for the rest of regulation. But if you're Liberty, I would say keep going for 2s, and as long as you can keep pace with Tech, just keep fouling them. If you're within 2 or 3, then maybe you try to go for 3. But down by 4, I would just play it safe and go for 2 if you can.
Right now, I think the Hokies have a great response to know what they're at. Trinity Baptiste, Asia Shepard, Dara Mabry, all of those women combined right now are 15 and 18 from the free throw line tonight. So you're going to have to make sure if Liberty is going to make these baskets or miss these baskets, they have to be in the hands of those 3 shooters. So Liberty takes their full timeout, probably discussing on what they can get going offensively. And Liberty, they've with this team the entire night. There was a time in the third quarter where we thought the Hokies were going to start pulling away. They came back with the fourth quarter performance, shooting 57% from the field. And now they're looking to come back even some more. Rhett's out with the shots. He was faded away from the hoop. And she tries to, as she falls away, she cannot get the shot to go. And it's going to be rebounded by Asia Shepard. An immediate foul given towards Shepard. She's 6 of 6 from the free throw line tonight. That probably wasn't the play call the Flames had in mind.
Yeah, it was a nice pass off the sideline near the Liberty bench. They just flipped it over to Mabry down the low block, but she couldn't get a good handle on the ball, and she flipped it up well short. That only went a few feet, and I think it was a good idea, but bad execution.
Shepard has the opportunity to extend the Hokies' lead on this trip, and that one rattles in and out. So after we just talked about how she was perfect from the line, of course she would miss one, Shelton. That's just how.
Announcer's jinx.
That's the only way it works here. Second shot by Shepard falls, so gets 1 free throw on that trip to the line. And now Liberty's really got to push it now under 26 seconds. Gully working it on the left side of the court. Moves back to the right side. Thinks about taking the shot, but Lido's going to square up for 3. Shot rattles in and out, but a foul called on Rivers. So Lido's going to have 3 free throws. And, these moments are just going to keep the Flames in this game.
Yeah, a little bit too aggressive on the closeout. Again, we said earlier, the Cardinals send a basketball, fouling the jump shooter. Of course, you want to close out, but you never want to be too aggressive with it. And that was a big mistake there by the Hokies as they fouled Emily Lytle shooting almost what was a fadeaway 3. A very low percentage shot. I'm surprised she even managed to get it on the rim.
And that shot by Lytle was actually pretty close to going in. It had an opportunity of bouncing in off the backboard. So Liberty making, looks like to be 2 substitutions here, getting to the players on the bench that have not as many personal fouls, including Asia Todd and Kennedy Williams. Lyle's first free throw is good. Even though Lyle's shooting 4-13 tonight, she's been doing her work on the free throw line, 7 of 8. She has 17 points for the Flames and a really key asset for Liberty down the stretch.
Yeah, got to make your free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game. One more, you can make it a 2-point game with 17 seconds left. Got a foul here, but she's done everything she can to keep Liberty in this game.
Back to a 1-possession game indeed, Sheldon. And the third free throw is up, and it's good. So a perfect trip to the line there by Emily Lyle. And now a substitution coming in for the Flames. But first, it would appear that there will be a timeout here by Coach of Virginia Tech, Coach Brooks. And it looks like a Liberty substitution will be Audrey Clark checking into the game for the first time today for Liberty. So we're going to put you in the mindset now, Sheldon. You're Coach Brooks. What are you telling your team in the huddle?
Well, just get the ball in bounds, take care of the basketball, and wait for the foul. 17 seconds left, so they're going to foul you really quick. Just got to make your free throws, try to get up to a 2-possession game, make both of these free throws. And really, the main message here, take care of the basketball. You cannot afford a turnover right here if you're Virginia Tech, because if you do, that means Liberty has a chance to tie or possibly take the lead.
17 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter, and for Virginia Tech, it's pretty obvious on who you want to get the ball to. It's not a single individual, but it's a collective bunch of people. It looks like Cohn's going to be the one passing the ball, and she's only 1 of 3 from the free throw line tonight, but you got players like Mabry and Shepard in. Mabry was looking like to be the one to get the ball, passes it to Rivers instead, and the foul committed there on the elbow. Don't know if the Hokies are trying to give it there to Rivers or Shepard, who was coming around off of the off screen, but now Rivers is going to have the opportunity of collecting on some free throws, and after the defensive foul is called, Liberty's going to bring back in their offense, bring back in Lytle and Baker.
And Rivers 75% from the line this season. Small sample size, only 8 shots, but that's a pretty decent rate and someone you want to have in the line at this situation.
1 of 3 on the line tonight. This one will be, trip is huge. First free throw is up, and it's off the back of the rim. So it will stay as a 1-possession game regardless of this next free throw. And it looks like Lidstrom won't be able to come sub in that often for the Flames. Not on time after this free throw is up. Rivers second one off the iron as well. A rebound is going to be kicked back out to Shepard. Shepard with the ball now. Liberty doesn't want to foul her. They do though. And for Liberty, that's a missed opportunity. 2 free throws there by Rivers going off the back of the rim. That one just gets kicked out by the hand of, I believe, Lyle. She was just trying to collect it, but she accidentally pushed it out. And for Bridget Redstadt, that will be her 5th personal foul, and her night will be done.
Yeah, and you wonder, Andy, if maybe not having Green and McMillan in there down low on the low block might have impacted their ability to get that rebound. But it was kind of a crazy bounce and went out to the midcourt circle where Asia Shepard was able to get it. But just an unfortunate bounce. But again, that's what happens sometimes when you have players get fouled out. You don't have the right alignment on the free throw lines.
The Flames have been well for their rebounding, but you mentioned McMillan and Green being out. It's definitely going to put some depletion to the rebounding game. Shepard makes the first free throw, and for Virginia Tech, they're working with 10 seconds left. And, you know, the way that might be the blessing in disguise, Rivers missing those free throws. You take some time off the clock, and now you have the opportunity of Shepard, who connects for 2 free throws. And Coach Brooks will signal a timeout. And for Virginia Tech, they can breathe just a little bit now, a 4-point lead. And Virginia Tech electing to take a full timeout. Shepard now leads the team with 20 points, and for her, it's been on the free throw line as well. 9 of 10 from the stripe, and you look at Emily Lyle for Liberty's 9 of 10 as well. So teams have been staying in here with their free throws. For Liberty, it's now they need a 3-pointer now, or do you still think they can work with what they have with the 2-pointers?
I think the time is so little now, 10.4 seconds, you pretty much need to go for 3, because if you go for 2, I mean, you basically are banking on the hope that Tech will miss. Now you can try to force a steal, but if you foul Tech, if they make 2 free throws, the game's pretty much over. So I think you have to go for 3. And if you don't make it, then, I mean, you know, you tip your cap. But, yeah, you need a 3-pointer right here. I don't think 2s are going to cut it, but we'll see how Coach Green will like to play it. Now, keep in mind, one thing to note, both teams now out of timeouts. So if Liberty gets a bucket, they cannot stop the clock. I mean, clock stops on a made shot, but they can't talk it over after a made shot. So that's going to be very big down the stretch. So both teams from here on out, we are just playing the game of basketball, no timeouts left.
So do you think Liberty's in there discussing about what they're going to do on a make basket, or do you think they're just taking it one play at a time?
Yeah, they're going to talk over strategy pretty much for the rest, probably the rest of regulation. Obviously, with no timeouts left, you kind of have to tell your players what's going to go on for the next couple possessions. So for right here, you're thinking maybe get a 3-pointer real quick, then foul Tech and see what you can do after that.
Well, the Hokies are 10.4 seconds away for beating Liberty here in Blacksburg, which has happened for more than a decade. Baker losing possession there, and that one's going to take some time off the clock as she had trouble handling that. The pass to, I believe that was Lidstrom, was tapped away there by Rivers. Now 5 seconds remaining. Almost half the clock went away there because of the mishandle of Baker. Gully now is going to take the inbound pass from the right sideline.
Now you need a quick catch and shoot 3. Can't waste any time.
They're looking for an opportunity now. Post inside, shot by Lidstrom is going to be blocked away, and the ball will go out of bounds. It'll be last touched by a Hokie. 0.9 seconds remaining now here in the game. This one's pretty much all but over. Shelton Liberty's going to maybe have an opportunity. They're going to have to get a three-pointer, and they're going to have to draw some contact as well to make this one close. So now Gully looking now. Gives up to Asia Todd. Todd's shot is up, and it goes far, and it's no good. And the Virginia Tech Hokies survive here in Blacksburg against the Liberty Flames. 73-69. It was a hard-fought battle by both teams indeed, but the shooting of Asia Shepard and Dara Mabry helps the Hokies prevail against their in-state rival, the Liberty Flames. Great game today, Sheldon.
Yeah, Tech, it was one of those games where it wasn't super pretty, but you just had to find a way to grind it out and get that win, and that was what the Hokies did tonight. A real gritty performance. I know some fans may not be happy. They thought you should beat Liberty by a lot more, but look, this is a really tough Liberty team. They rebound the ball very well. They're very tough and physical down low in the basket, under the basket. So I think this is a solid win, and credit to Liberty. They came in here to Castle Coliseum. They were not afraid against an ACC team. They played, I think, their best game of the year so far. So credit to them and Coach Kerry Green.
It's also important to get these kind of games where it goes down to the end. I mean, you look at St. Francis, winning by that one by 60, then George Mason winning that one by 25 points or so. So to come into the Castle Coliseum in front of your fans and play a nail-biting kind of performance against Liberty, it's going to be something that's going to be good for the resume. It's also going to be something that's going to be big for results down the road.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it'll give this team more experience because the reality is when you get into ACC competition, you're going to be facing teams that are just as big, just as tall, just as strong, if not more so, than this Liberty squad right here. So this is very good practice against a good Liberty team. And, regardless, I know people think they should have blown them out. But I think in some ways it might be a blessing in disguise because you grind out a win against a talented team, and I think that's going to serve as a learning experience going forward for Coach Kenny Brooks.
All right, Sheldon, we just watched the game. Who do you think is your player of the game tonight?
Well, looking at the stats, I would have to go with Asia Shepard. I think she really turned on the Jets in the second half with 20 points. A lot of it came with the line, but you got to hit your free throws. And we saw in the second half, she really just started to be more aggressive. You could tell the passion on the court. Whenever she got called for a foul, she was upset. And you could tell she wanted to win this game so badly, I think more so than any other player on the court.
Well, that's going to do it here from Castle Coliseum. The Virginia Tech women's basketball is going to prevail over Liberty 73-69 here on this Friday night. Virginia Tech improves to 3-0 on the season. Liberty Flames dropping to 1-3. From 3304 Sports, I'm Andy Loce, and joined alongside Sheldon Moss on the broadcast. Thank you very much for listening in. And for future, just make sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel below. So that's going to do it here. Andy Loce, joined alongside Sheldon Moss, saying so long from Castle Coliseum. This has been a presentation of 3304 Sports.